Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and as a Floridian, I live here in Tampa, Florida, which is about an hour or so from Orlando, Florida, which is where Disney World is opening this weekend. So I wanted to ask you guys, I'm curious, we're in the midst of a pandemic, the Bud Light as we call it here, because you can't say the other word because the YouTube overlords are always listening. With everything going on, would you go to Disney World? And before you even really answer that, does this help? This is the latest video that was released today, sort of showing the cleanliness and social distancing that Disney is now, doing in order to reopen its parks this weekend. Disney's Animal Kingdom and the Magic Kingdom are opening this Saturday, and then the 15th, I believe, of July is when they'll be opening Epcot and the other one with the Star Wars land. And so they released a video that sort of goes through and shows, how much cleaning they're doing. A lot of cleaning. There's sort of the empty park, which is just not a sight I'm used to seeing this park so empty. But then it gets to the starting the button, and then the empty rides getting cleaned. A lot of cleaning. And this is not a sight I'm used to seeing at Disney World. A fully empty park. It's just weird. And it just sort of reminds me when I see the emptiness, and I see, wow, my God, chairs that are available, this many, when you're walking to Disney World. This is just weird. The fountain's starting, and we're cleaning all of this, and they're wearing huge face masks. Is this weird to anybody else? Make sure we all stand apart like this. Who the heck goes to Disney World and expects that the tourists that are at Disney World are going to all respect and stand in their proper spaces like this? This is just bonkers to me to think, oh yeah, everybody, make sure you actually practice social distancing and don't have you or your kids be up on me, breathing on me. That's like the opposite thing at Disney World. It's always everybody, it's just... Now, maybe they'll figure that out because they're closing the park. It's like 25 or 50% occupancy, whatever. They're not allowing it to get full. It'll be interesting to see if it even gets full. But this is just, these sites to me are strange. Intercut with sort of all the popular park things, everything opening, like, ooh, yeah. And then, oh, look, we got some, don't you want those Baby Yodas? We got lots of Baby Yodas at the park. And then it was this image right here of them all sort of waving. It's like, trying to be happy through the mask as best they can. It all just reads a little weird to me. What do you guys think of all this? And then it's like, at the same time, like, oh, we're cleaning our hotel rooms. We're spraying lots of disinfectant all across the boards and everything on, it was funny there is it doesn't even look clean. Oh, it's the Blair. Okay. That's the Braille there. Okay. Sorry. I correct myself. But seeing the rides empty, seeing it have to be scrubbed by all the chefs in masks. I'm so confused. Why do this actually makes it better? This makes me want to stay home. It's like every time I go to a restaurant, or I see people at restaurants or like waiters dressed up like this. That makes me think I should probably go home and make my own food. It would be a lot cheaper and safer than a bunch of dudes who are wearing masks, who clearly aren't wearing masks when they go back in the kitchen. Come on. If that's where the world we live in, to have all these health reminders and people are all doing it, it is weird seeing the gates being pulled open by a bunch of people who are coughing inside their masks. And then you can't get any meet and greets. They're all going to be only on floats right now to keep things, socially distant. And they're not going to be, if they're far enough, I guess they don't have to wear the mask when they're performing. But then we still got a lot of people who are in their masks waving and being happy to us, because that's what you got to do at Disney. And again, we got this empty park with stormtroopers. They're there to protect us. And there you go. The cavalcade, Mickey's and Friends cavalcade will be there with all the, some of these characters aren't wearing masks. It is interesting to see. I guess when you're on the float and what is he doing? He could have worn a mask, couldn't he have? But Mickey's not wearing a mask. I did see that. They didn't put masks on anybody in the statues or in the mascot suits. But it all just begs the question of, would you go? Does this make you want to go? And look, this is a political topic. It is. This has become a divisive political issue. And I stand with, yes, wear a damn mask. I don't understand why we're fighting the mask thing. It's such a stupid thing. All these people screaming, I don't have to wear a mask. It's my right. I've actually Been in real life. It's happened to me a couple times. At a Panda Express, some lady walked in and started walked in, and the guy behind the counter was like, "You have to wear a mask, ma'am." And she just flipped out on him and was like, "I don't. That's unhealthy. You don't have to wear a mask." And the guy's just working minimum wage, just trying to do what he's told. It's not his. I'm sure he's just following orders, and people just don't want to follow orders anymore. No, the mask is bad, and they're telling us, you know what? Don't come in then. That's the business is right. No shoes, no shirt, no service. That's always been a thing. They are allowed to put whatever rights they want to preclude you from being in their business. And there's a lot of people who've gotten in trouble for that. I remember as a Philadelphian, one of my cheesesteak places would say, you have to speak English when you come tell your order, which I thought wasn't cool at all. But that's the point. Certain businesses are allowed to do what they want. You don't have to then support that business, right? And so that's what's frustrating in the world we live in. Just wear the damn mask if you want to go into businesses that are saying you have to wear the mask. And I don't see the harm in wearing a mask. I also don't see the harm in people not being on top of each other because it's frustrating. Here's my point. Why are we allowed to go to Costco, Walmart, and wear a mask and be socially distant, touch those carts that are wiped down, all the food that you touch and put back on the counters, but you can't go to DisneyWorld? What's the difference? What is the difference between sitting in a movie and sitting in a Walmart? I don't understand it. Why are certain things okay and we're like, yeah, it's fine, go get your groceries. But then as soon as you go anywhere else with your mask and you're responsible, you're not coughing on old people are just trying to crucify you. I don't get it. We should be wearing masks. We should be keeping our distance, right? We should be trying not. That should be I hope that is something we keep when this is all said and done. Two things that we should be keeping, right? Washing our hands and not getting up on people. I like my personal space. I like it now. It's kind of nice. If you're in my family, we're here, my kids, great. You can invade my personal space. But if you're a stranger, don't get in my personal space with your. I don't want it. Before this, after this, let's not do it. So that's my point of if we're practicing social distance, we're wearing the mask, we're washing our hands, we're allowed to go get groceries. Sometimes I'm in that Walmart for an hour. Sometimes it takes a while to go find everything and shop. You know how it is with shop. You got kids. My God, I can take an hour. So you're saying we can go do that, but we can't go to a low, populated version of Disney World? I don't get it anymore. I'm so confused. Now, look, I get it. Like big concerts and people all next to each other. Yes, that makes sense. But it sounds like they're going to try and make not as many people come in. They're going to separate them and just sort of open it to a lower capacity so at least they can put some people to work. That's my biggest frustration of look, I don't want to knock this. At the same time, I'm not probably going to go. It would be a great time to go because it's going to be empty. But I'm just not going to go. That's my choice, right? I'm in Florida. We're spiking like crazy over here. I'm paying attention closely. Schools, all that stuff is the stuff I'm worried about. I don't give a crap about Disney World right now. But I know people are looking at Florida and the people on the beaches and thinking they're all crazy. Look, yes, when people are packing together in big things, I think people are being stupid or selfish. They don't care. Like, whatever. It's my life. America. Go, yeah, deal with it. I think we can all be better as people just to be aware of each other and sort of help to protect each other. At the same time, I think too many people are just packing up too much to say, F it, we can do whatever we want. The reality, though, is we should be allowed to do whatever we want. People should be able to go work. People should be able to get paid again. We do need to start attempting to try and get some of these businesses back and going. But the problem is here in Florida, I saw it. When those restaurants opened up, which they did, and now they're closed again, and I drove by, dude, those restaurants were packed. Now, the restaurants weren't allowed to fill them up, but there were still a lot of people waiting outside, very close to each other. So I don't know how you can stop that. People are doing it no matter what. You can make everyone wear the mask. You just can make them wear the mask. They can disagree all they want, but then they'll get fined, and then they can't go into where they want to go. The mask thing just feels like, let's just make that obvious. Just do it. So I don't know this frustration. I'm just confused. That's why I'm bringing all this up. There's a lot of, I see articles, Slash Film, who I like, this was just going on and hating on it, hating on this and calling it a travesty and how dare they and et cetera. But is Disney World responsible if they're allowed and they're a business that has a lot of employees that need that work? Don't forget that. A lot of people can't afford to just be out of work at home, don't have home remote jobs, or thank God I have a YouTube channel that helps a little bit. But a lot of people don't have those luxuries. So what are they supposed to do? It's I think it's so frustrating watching so many people online just hate and tear down people who are out there because they need to. Now, people aren't wearing the mask. People are being crazy. Sure. But this whole thing is just turning into a crazy mess. I don't know anymore. I'm so frustrated. What do you guys think of all of this? Would you go? Does this help you feel more comfortable to go to a place like Disney World, where all the cleaning and emptiness sort of point out the fact that, yeah, maybe this isn't a good time to do it? If you you want to go to a restaurant and be served by chefs and people who are wearing rubber gloves and scuba gear, does that really feel like, shouldn't that give you a sign that's like, all right, should probably just go cook this at home? You'll save a lot of money too, and it'll probably be healthier. But I don't know, man. What do you guys think of this? Should Disney be, again, Disney World is opening. Disneyland in California is not, because California has not allowed them to, because it's a state-by-state rule. But Florida here, not going to get political, but Florida has decided to do that. And that's why a lot of people are hating us on us Floridians. And look, I will speak on behalf of the Floridians I know. We're not all stupid. That said, there are some stupid people in Florida, but there's a lot of stupid people in California too. There's a lot of stupid people in Wyoming, in Maine, in Arkansas, in Chicago. That's not a state. Illinois, Hawaii. Every state is filled with stupid people. Sure, you can try and hit me and say, Florida, man, Andy. A lot of idiots in Florida. Trust me, there's a lot of idiots everywhere. But people just sort of like to jump on Florida as being full of idiots. But I assure you, as a Floridian, you'll write me off, I guess, some of you, but the rest of you should know there's a lot of smart, really great, nice people here, rational people here in this state. And we're just trying to do our best. And we're staying home. We're keeping our distance. We're wearing our masks. There are some people that aren't, but they're all over this country, sadly. A lot of idiots out there looking for clout, attention, thinking it's, being selfish. This is the time we need to come together. And I look at this story and I think of the employees. I got a couple fans who I know, and you know who I'm talking to out there. I don't want to call you out, but they need to go to work. One of them specifically works for Disney in that capacity. So what are we supposed to do? How long can they be out of work? These are the questions I think of. And should we be supporting it? If Disney World's really going to lower the amount of people that can come in, and they're cleaning, and they're forcing masks on everybody, is that not the same as going to the grocery store? How is it any different? Why can't movie theaters act that way too? Isn't it really on us? Isn't it on the business to police and make sure that people are stricter rules, and you can't be near each other, don't touch each other, you will be ejected if you do, you must wear the mask? Isn't that kind of stuff sort of how we need to proceed in the future? Or we just need to be shut down for another 6 months while people are out of work and going stir crazy in their houses? Again, the problem to me is we should have done all this better months ago. That's the frustration for me. And now it's like we're reaping what we sowed, right? We rushed back to things that we should have been better prepared for. Who's to blame for that? I'll leave that for you guys on your own to figure out. But what do you guys think about this Disney World topic? Hit me down below in the comments or on social media. Tell me your thoughts on this topic. I'm curious. Tune in tonight for Movie World. And if you haven't already watched my latest episode over on Movie World, join us tonight on Nerd Wars. But Movie World, I have a new episode of, please check it out. How Did They Make Airplane? It's really funny. I'd love your support. So go click on over there. In fact, let's put it right here. Bam! There it is. Go watch that, please, if you can. I'd love your support over on Movie World, where I do movie analysis. And tune in tonight for Nerd Wars, 9 p.m. We'll probably talk about this, but also some other stuff. You can send over your topics anytime on my social media. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Be civil in the comments if you can, please, or I'll delete them. Thank you. Bye.